Hello, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of interest to residents of the area. My guest today is Jerry Harwell, Municipal Services Manager at Republic Services, a waste management company in Louisville. Thank you for being here, Jerry.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
If you would, please begin by telling our viewers something about the company, where it's located, how long it's in operation.
Republic Services corporate office is in Arizona. We have several local offices: Arlington, Fort Worth, Louisville, Plano, Hutchins. We have a large footprint in the North Texas area. We are the second largest garbage company in the United States, second to Waste Management. We have been in existence under one name or another for over 50 years. So we go back to Laidlaw, Duncan Disposal, Trinity Waste. There's several names, but they've been consistent. So we've been around.
How about
for 50.
where are the landfills located around here?
We have a landfill in Camelot Landfill, which is in Louisville, which is owned by the city of Farmers Branch, and we manage it. We have a C&D site in Louisville. We manage the Arlington landfill in the city of Arlington. We also have Itasca, which is outside of the city of Itasca, and we have a contract with the city of Fort Worth for the Southeast landfill.
How long does a landfill last?
Well, we have landfills that are remaining life are 30 to 40 years. We have some that are a little bit less than that. And then the Itasca landfill has, I believe, 130 plus years remaining.
So let's take Flower Mound, for example. When the trash is picked up from Flower Mound, it goes to Louisville?
Yes, sir, it does. It goes to our Camelot landfill off of 121.
And what about places like Highland Village, Louisville? When the trash is picked up there, does it go the same place?
So, well, currently Louisville, we just recently did an acquisition with Waste Management, and we purchased all of their hauling contracts. And so that waste currently goes to the Waste Management DFW site until it closes in 2 to 3 years. And then at that time, then it will go into the Camelot landfill.
How many tons of trash are picked up, let's say, on a weekly basis? Is there any estimate?
We pick up thousands of tons a week. Just in the town of Flower Mound, we run 11 routes with trash and recycle a day, 10 to 11 routes. And you figure each one of those trucks is probably 8 to 10 tons a truck. So, and some of them go to the landfill more than once, so.
Did you say how many towns and cities are serviced by Republic Services?
The Louisville area, we have the majority of the contracts around here. We have Flower Mound, Trophy Club, Roanoke, Westlake, Louisville, Double Oak, everything that around. So we do have a very large footprint. Now we do have some competitors as well, but we do have a large footprint in North Texas, and we're heavily franchised.
So when the trash is taken to a landfill, let's say in Louisville, how is it handled? How is it disposed?
So we develop cells on that property, and so the trash goes into different cells across the landfill, and then we have renewable energy projects at the landfills where we take the methane gas off, the leachate is removed, which is the trash juice, for lack of a better word. So there's it's not just as simple as just pulling up and dumping it out. It has to be buried, covered every day. It's not something that we just throw it in a big field and move on. There's a lot of regulations by TCEQ.
And how does the company handle recyclables?
The recycling, we have 2 material recovery facilities. We have one in Plano, and then we have one in Fort Worth. The one in Plano just recently opened a couple of months ago. It's a brand new state-of-the-art facility. The one in Fort Worth opened in 2014. So we have 2 options available. Primarily Flower Mounds goes to Plano to date. It was going to Fort Worth, but now it goes to Plano.
what items are considered recyclable?
Well, that's interesting that you bring that up. So, as we've moved into this new age of recycling where there's so much contamination and China has closed the doors to the incoming tons from the United States, we've had to really cut down on that list. So, we still accept plastics, we accept tin, we accept cardboard, the things that, and glass, the things that we've kind of had to move away from are grocery bags, dry cleaner bags, those types of things. And you'd actually be surprised at the things that go into people's recycling that's not actually recycling.
How about paper, like newspapers?
We do take paper.
And that's recyclable.
It's now all mixed paper, where it used to be where you could, depending upon the grade of paper, you got paid a higher price. Now it's become all mixed paper.
What about the residents? Are they going along with recycling pretty much, or a lot of people not recycling, do you think?
You know, Flower Mound probably has a 60% recycling rate of the residents that recycle every week. And it's a little hard to know exactly what that is because of the size of the cart in Flower Mound. Not everybody puts it out. Me, for instance, I'm a Flower Mound resident. I put mine out about once a month. There's only 2 of us that live at our house. But you try to put as much, you know, and be as efficient as you can.
So the people who don't put it into the blue can, the recycling bins, for example, when they throw it in the green, it doesn't, you don't change, nothing changes. We get it over there, the recyclables go in with the regular garbage then, so.
Well, actually, in Flower Mound, the recycling containers are green and the trash are blue.
Oh, I
So
went
in Flower
backwards,
Mound,
all
right. So, but we can't swap it. Once it goes into the truck, it
Right,
goes
you
into the
can't.
truck.
Right.
We are proposing a new advertising campaign to the town of Flower Mound later this month to talk about an education program where we would actually be tagging carts if they had a lot of contamination in them.
What about, are there penalties for not recycling?
No, not today.
No.
There are in some other communities,
Right.
but not any of the Republic Services communities.
So where are the recyclables processed?
They are processed at our facility in
Right there.
Plano. Yes, sir.
Are any of them shipped out of the country?
Well, currently, we obviously have been closed the doors in China, and we are working with some other countries on maybe some cardboard. However, most everything else is staying within the United States at this time.
Okay, what methods are used to educate residents about recycling?
We have just recently did a Facebook program with the town of Flower Mound and trying to get it out there, and then this education that we're going to propose to the town.
Well, we're moving rapidly here, but what happens to waste products that are not recyclable? Like, are they burned and buried?
It goes to the landfill. They're buried.
And then
Yes,
they're
sir.
buried, right?
Yes, sir.
And what effects do buried or burned waste have on the environment?
Well, once those landfills are full, then we have to continue to move further and further out to develop new landfills.
Wow. How can people find out more information about recycled? And I have a web page in the written portion, so what's the, do you know the web page that they can look to?
Yes, sir. It's recyclingsimplified.com.
Okay, that's good. Well, we're going to the end. This is so fast. Is there anything you'd like to add, Jerry?
I would just like to really encourage the residents of Flower Mound and the surrounding communities to really think about that recycling and make sure that you're doing everything that you can to keep it out of the landfill.
Right. I want to thank you, Jerry, for coming over today to help educate residents about the need for being responsible toward the environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And thank you for watching.